Ladies and gentlemen, this weak version of you isn't inherently evil. It's rooted in fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of change. It's the part of your mind that wants to protect you from the unknown, but in doing so, it traps you in a cycle of mediocrity. You see, the weak version of yourself loves the comfort zone. It thrives on excuses. It tells you you've tried enough, when in reality you haven't scratched the surface of your potential. It tells you it's okay to quit, when success could be one step away. But today I want to speak directly to that voice inside of you, the one that whispers, you're not good enough. That voice that makes you second guess your dreams, that convinces you to stay in your comfort zone, that keeps you shackled to fear, doubt, and negativity. We all have a weak version of ourselves. It's that part of us that clings to excuses, that wallows in self-pity, that chooses safety over growth. But let me tell you something. That version of you, it doesn't have to define you. The good news is this: you're not stuck. You have the power to rewrite your story, to rise above negativity, and to kill that weak version of yourself once and for all. So today we're going to dive into how you can overcome those negative feelings, take back control of your life, and step into the strongest, most powerful version of yourself. Because the person you were yesterday does not have the right to hold back the person you are destined to become. Ladies and gentlemen, let's face it. Each of us carries within us a version of ourselves that we are not proud of. This version is the one that whispers lies in the dead of night, the one that feeds off of your fears and magnifies your insecurities. It's the part of you that tells you to settle, to play it safe, to stay small. But here's the truth. You cannot defeat what you do not first identify. To overcome that weak version of yourself, you have to look it in the eye and call it by its name. Think about the times when you've felt overwhelmed by self-doubt. Maybe it was that voice telling you you'll never make it, when you dared to dream bigger. Or the voice that said you're not smart enough, not strong enough, not capable enough. That voice is the weak version of yourself, and its power lies in your willingness to believe it. The first step in silencing it is recognizing that it exists, not as your truth, but as an obstacle to your greatness. You are not your fears. You are not your doubts. You are not the mistakes of your past. The weak version of yourself is a mask, a shadow. It's not the real you. The real you, the powerful, unstoppable, extraordinary you, is waiting to break free. And that begins with identifying where and how the weak version of yourself shows up in your life. Ask yourself this: when do you hear that voice the loudest? Is it when you're facing a challenge? Is it when you're about to take a risk? Maybe it's when you compare yourself to others, or when you're on the brink of achieving something great. Identifying these triggers is crucial because they reveal where you need to grow. The weak version of yourself isn't your enemy. It's a signal. It's showing you the areas in your life where you need to build strength, resilience, and belief. Once you've identified it, start paying attention to the language it uses. The weak version of you loves phrases like, I can't, it's too hard, I'm not ready, or what if I fail? These words aren't just thoughts. They're the chains holding you back. And the more you repeat them, the stronger the weak version of yourself becomes. But here's the thing, words are powerful. And just as they can hold you back, they can also set you free. Every time that weak voice shows up, challenge it. Replace its lies with truths. When it says, you can't do this, remind yourself of the times you've overcome obstacles before. When it says, you're not good enough, list the reasons why you are. The weak version of yourself thrives on negativity, but it cannot survive in the presence of self-belief. You don't have to defeat it in one battle. This is a process, a journey. Every time you stand up to it, you weaken its grip on your life. Remember, the weak version of yourself only has as much power as you give it. It's not here to stay. It's here to teach you where you need to grow. Identifying it isn't about shame or self-criticism. It's about awareness. Because once you know where it hides, you can begin the work of dismantling it, piece by piece. So I ask you, are you ready to face that version of yourself? Are you ready to call it out, to strip away its power, and to step into the truth of who you really are? Because the moment you do, you'll realize that the weak version of yourself was never a match for the strength you've had inside all along. Life is a series of decisions. Every moment, every step forward, every step back, it all comes down to the choices you make. But there is one decision that stands above all others, the decision to change your life, the decision to take control, to overcome negativity, and to refuse to let the weak version of yourself dictate your destiny. This decision is where your power begins. Now let me be clear. A decision isn't just a passing thought or a wishful hope. It's a commitment. It's a line in the sand, a declaration that says, enough is enough. It's when you decide with every fiber of your being that you will no longer tolerate mediocrity, fear, or excuses. Because here's the truth. Nothing changes until you decide it must. And think about the most successful people you know or admire. Do you think they got there by chance? No. They made a decision, often in the face of adversity, to keep going, to push harder, to become better. They decided that their dreams were non-negotiable. And that same power exists within you. The power to decide is your greatest weapon against negativity and self-doubt. But let's be honest. Making a decision is hard. It's not the decision itself that's difficult. It's the fear of what comes next. What if you fail? What if you make the wrong choice? What if people judge you? These questions are the whispers of the weak version of yourself trying to keep you in the shadows. But let me tell you something. Indecision is far more dangerous than failure. When you fail, you learn. When you hesitate, you stay stuck. Deciding to overcome negativity is about more than just positive thinking. It's about taking action. It's about choosing every single day to feed your mind with thoughts that uplift you instead of tearing you down. It's about deciding to surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow instead of those who keep you small. It's about choosing to see opportunities where others see obstacles, to find lessons in your struggles, and to keep moving forward even when the path is unclear. The power of decision lies in its ability to shift your entire perspective. When you decide to kill that weak version of yourself, you start to see the world differently. You begin to recognize that every negative feeling is an opportunity to grow stronger. You stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect conditions, because you realize that perfection is a myth. The perfect time to change your life is now, in this moment, when you make the decision to do so. Here's the thing. Every decision you make sends a message to the universe, to your subconscious, and to the people around you. When you decide to settle, you're telling yourself that you're not worth more. But when you decide to fight for your dreams, you send a powerful signal. I am capable. I am worthy. I am unstoppable. That message is the foundation of every breakthrough, every victory, every transformation. You might be thinking, what if I make the wrong decision? Let me tell you something. There is no such thing as a wrong decision when it comes to personal growth. Even if the path you choose isn't perfect, the act of deciding moves you forward. It builds momentum. It teaches you to trust yourself, to take risks, to adapt. The worst decision is no decision at all, because staying in limbo robs you of your power. So what will you decide today? Will you decide to stay stuck in the cycle of negativity, letting the weak version of yourself win? Or will you decide to rise above, to take control, to claim the life you deserve. This is your moment. The power to change your life doesn't lie in some distant future or in the hands of someone else. It lies in the decision you make right now. Decide to let go of the excuses. Decide to embrace the challenge. Decide to believe in yourself even when it's hard. Because once you make that decision, nothing can stop you. The weak version of yourself doesn't stand a chance against a mind that's made up. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have, but it can also be your greatest obstacle. The way you think shapes the way you live. If your mind is programmed with negativity, self-doubt, and limitations, it will manifest as hesitation, failure, and unfulfilled potential. But here's the good news. Just as a computer can be reprogrammed, so can your mind. And when you reprogram your mindset, you unleash a new level of power and possibility in your life. Every thought you entertain is like a seed planted in the soil of your mind. Negative thoughts grow weeds of fear, procrastination, and self-sabotage, while positive thoughts cultivate confidence, resilience, and success. The problem is, most of us are operating on a mental program we didn't even choose. From the moment we were born, we've absorbed messages from our families, teachers, peers, and society. Some of those messages were empowering, but many were not. They told us to play it safe, to lower our expectations, to accept limits. Over time, those messages became beliefs, and those beliefs shape the way we see ourselves and the world. But here's the truth. Beliefs are not facts. They're simply thoughts you've repeated so many times that they feel true. If your beliefs are holding you back, it's time to challenge them. It's time to reprogram your mindset with thoughts that align with the life you want to create. The first step in reprogramming your mindset is awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts. What do you say to yourself when you're faced with a challenge? Do you default to, I can't do this? Or, what if I fail? If so, recognize those thoughts for what they are, limiting beliefs. They are not who you are. They are habits of thinking, and habits can be changed. Next, replace those limiting beliefs with empowering ones. When your mind says, I'm not good enough, counter it with, I am capable, and I am improving every day. When it says, I don't have what it takes, respond with, I have everything I need to figure this out. At first, this might feel unnatural. You might think, I'm just lying to myself. But let me ask you this. Weren't those negative thoughts lies too? Why not replace them with lies that serve you until they become your truth? Visualization is another powerful tool for reprogramming your mindset. Close your eyes and see yourself as the person you want to become. Picture yourself succeeding, overcoming obstacles, and living the life you desire. Feel the emotions of that success: pride, joy, confidence. When you visualize regularly, you're training your brain to believe in that reality. And when your mind believes, your actions will follow. Your language is also critical. Words have power. Stop using phrases like, I'll try, or I'm just not good at this. Replace them with, I will, and I'm learning. Speak about yourself and your goals with confidence, even if you're not there yet. Your words create your reality, so choose them wisely. Reprogramming your mindset also requires you to protect your mental environment. Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you, not those who drag you down. Read books, listen to podcasts, and consume content that feeds your mind with positivity and possibility. Remember, you can't plant seeds of greatness in a garden full of weeds. And finally, practice gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. It rewires your brain to notice the good in your life, which creates a ripple effect of positivity. Start each day by listing 3 things you're grateful for. Over time, you'll find yourself naturally focusing on the positive, even in challenging situations. Reprogramming your mindset is not an overnight process. It requires consistency, patience, and a willingness to confront your old ways of thinking. But the rewards are immeasurable. When you change your mindset, you change your life. You stop being a victim of circumstance and become the creator of your destiny. You move from fear to courage, from doubt to confidence, from limitation to infinite possibility. So ask yourself, are you ready to take control of your mind? Are you ready to let go of the beliefs that have been holding you back? Because the moment you decide to reprogram your mindset, you take the first step toward becoming the person you were always meant to be. And that person is unstoppable. Growth and comfort cannot coexist. It's a simple truth, but one that many of us resist. Deep down, we all crave security, stability, and familiarity. We want to feel safe, to know what's coming next, to avoid pain and struggle. But here's the paradox. Everything you desire, every goal you want to achieve, every dream you want to fulfill, lies on the other side of discomfort. If you want to grow, you have to be willing to embrace discomfort and see it not as an enemy, but as a gateway to your potential. Discomfort is a sign that you are stepping into new territory. It means you are pushing your limits, challenging your fears, and doing things you've never done before. Think about the moments in your life when you've achieved something you're truly proud of. Did those moments come from staying in your comfort zone? Or did they come from taking risks, facing challenges, and stepping into the unknown? Growth demands that you stretch yourself. And stretching is never easy, but it's always worth it. When you embrace discomfort, you reframe the way you see challenges. Instead of viewing them as obstacles, you begin to see them as opportunities. Every challenge becomes a chance to learn, to grow stronger, to become better. Discomfort forces you to confront your fears, and in doing so, it shrinks their power over you. Fear thrives in avoidance. But when you face it head on, you realize it's not as insurmountable as it seemed. Let's be clear. Discomfort isn't just about facing external challenges. It's also about confronting the internal battles that hold you back. It's uncomfortable to admit your weaknesses, to take responsibility for your mistakes, to acknowledge the areas where you need to improve. But growth begins with honesty. You can't fix what you refuse to face. When you embrace the discomfort of self-reflection, you open the door to self-awareness and transformation. One of the most powerful ways to embrace discomfort is to set goals that scare you. If your goals don't make you a little uneasy, they're not big enough. Growth happens when you aim higher than what feels safe. It's in the pursuit of those audacious goals that you discover your resilience, creativity, and strength. Yes, there will be moments of doubt, frustration, and even failure. But each of those moments is a stepping stone to your success. Discomfort also teaches you resilience. When you intentionally put yourself in situations that are difficult, you build the mental and emotional muscles needed to handle adversity. You learn that you are capable of enduring more than you thought possible. You develop grit, the ability to persevere in the face of challenges. And grit is one of the most important traits for success in any area of life. Think about physical exercise. When you push your body through a tough workout, it's uncomfortable. Your muscles ache, your heart pounds, and you may want to quit. But that discomfort is what leads to growth. It's how your body becomes stronger, fitter, and more capable. The same principle applies to your mind and spirit. Discomfort is the workout your soul needs to grow. Embracing discomfort doesn't mean recklessly seeking out pain or hardship. It means being willing to endure temporary discomfort for the sake of long-term growth. It means making choices that challenge you, even when it would be easier to stay where you are. It means understanding that the discomfort you feel today is an investment in the person you're becoming. Remember, the people who achieve greatness aren't the ones who avoid discomfort, they're the ones who lean into it. They understand that every time they step outside their comfort zone, they expand it. What once felt impossible becomes second nature. What once seemed terrifying becomes a source of pride. The more you embrace discomfort, the more you realize that it's not something to fear, but something to celebrate. So the next time you feel discomfort, don't run from it. Lean into it. Ask yourself, what is this moment teaching me? How is this challenge helping me grow? And then remind yourself that every great success story was written by someone who was willing to endure the uncomfortable moments. Discomfort is the price of admission to a life of growth, fulfillment, and purpose. Embrace it. Because on the other side of discomfort is everything you've ever dreamed of and more. The people you surround yourself with are a reflection of the life you will live. They influence your thoughts, your actions, and your destiny more than you might realize. If you want to overcome negativity, rise above the weak version of yourself and become the strongest, most powerful version of who you're meant to be, then you must be intentional about the company you keep. Surrounding yourself with strength is not just a suggestion, it's a necessity. Take a moment to think about the people in your life. Are they building you up or tearing you down? Are they challenging you to grow or are they encouraging you to stay the same? The truth is, some relationships feed your spirit while others drain it. Some people inspire you to dream bigger while others remind you of every reason it won't work. To surround yourself with strength means aligning with people who lift you higher, who challenge you to think differently, and who refuse to let you settle for less than your potential. Oh, wow. Strong people aren't just the ones who are successful in their own lives. They are the ones who want to see you succeed as well. They are the ones who push you to take risks, to keep going when it gets hard, and to see the best in yourself even when you can't. These are the people who will stand by you in the trenches, who will hold you accountable, and who will remind you of your power when doubt tries to take over. They aren't afraid to tell you the truth, even when it's uncomfortable, because they know that honesty is the foundation of growth. But surrounding yourself with strength doesn't happen by accident. It requires intention and sometimes difficult decisions. It means being willing to walk away from relationships that no longer serve you, even if they've been part of your life for years. It means saying goodbye to people who constantly bring negativity into your world, who discourage your dreams, or who make you feel small. That's not an easy thing to do, but it's necessary if you want to grow. You cannot climb higher if you're constantly being pulled down. Strong people also lead by example. They don't just talk about growth, they live it. Being around them inspires you to rise to their level because they show you what's possible. Their success, their mindset, their resilience, it all reminds you that you're capable of more than you think. When you surround yourself with strength, you start to adopt the habits and attitudes of the people you're around. Their belief in you becomes a mirror for your own belief in yourself. This isn't just about people. It's also about the environments you choose and the content you consume. Surround yourself with books, podcasts, and media that inspire you, challenge you, and expand your mind. If your goal is to overcome negativity, then flood your world with positivity. Listen to stories of people who have overcome obstacles. Read about leaders, thinkers, and innovators who refuse to let circumstances define them. Create an environment that supports your growth every single day. Whether you're taking a private lesson from me, surrounding yourself with strength doesn't mean you have to cut off everyone who isn't where you are yet. It means being mindful of the energy you allow into your space. You can love people from a distance while protecting your peace and progress. You can be a light to others without dimming your own. And don't forget that strength is reciprocal. Surrounding yourself with strong people also means being a source of strength for others. Be the person who lifts others up, who believes in them when they can't believe in themselves, and who encourages them to reach higher. The energy you give is the energy you'll attract. By becoming a pillar of strength, you naturally draw other strong, like-minded individuals into your life. Remember, success is rarely a solo journey. Behind every strong person is a support system that believed in them, challenged them, and pushed them to keep going. Find your tribe, the people who will remind you of your greatness, who will celebrate your wins, and who will stand with you through your struggles. And if you can't find them right now, start creating that environment yourself. Strength attracts strength. You don't have to do this alone, and you don't have to settle for relationships that hold you back. Choose to surround yourself with strength and watch how it transforms not only your mindset, but your entire life. The right people, the right energy, the right support, it all makes the journey to becoming your strongest self not only possible, but inevitable. Perfection is a myth that keeps so many people from achieving their goals. It's a trap that whispers, you're not good enough unless everything is flawless. But here's the truth. Waiting for perfection is just another way of standing still. Progress, not perfection, is what moves you forward. It's the small, consistent steps you take every day that create lasting change.
Perfection.
If you want to overcome negativity and become a stronger version of yourself, you must learn to celebrate your progress instead of chasing an impossible ideal. Progress is powerful because it's real. It's tangible evidence that you are moving in the right direction. Every step forward, no matter how small, is proof that you are growing, learning, and becoming better. When you focus on progress, you give yourself permission to acknowledge your efforts and victories instead of fixating on what's still left to do. This shift in perspective is liberating because it replaces the heavy weight of perfectionism with the empowering momentum of achievement. Celebrating progress means recognizing that growth is a journey, not a destination. Every journey has ups and downs, twists and turns. There will be moments when you stumble, make mistakes, or feel like you're not moving fast enough. But even those moments are part of the process. When you learn to embrace them as opportunities to learn and grow, you take away their power to discourage you. Progress is messy, it's imperfect, and it's beautiful because it means you're trying, you're showing up, and you're refusing to give up. Too often, we minimize our progress because it doesn't look the way we think it should. We compare ourselves to others who seem further along, forgetting that their journey is different from ours. Or we focus so much on the end goal that we fail to appreciate how far we've already come. But progress is worth celebrating no matter how small it seems. Did you take a step toward your goal today? Celebrate it. Did you overcome a fear, even in a small way? Celebrate it. Did you show up and try, even if the results weren't perfect? That's progress, and it deserves recognition. Celebrating progress also builds confidence. Every time you acknowledge what you've achieved, you reinforce the belief that you are capable. You remind yourself that you have what it takes to keep going. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build by proving to yourself over and over again that you can handle the journey. And the more you celebrate your progress, the more motivated you'll feel to keep moving forward. This doesn't mean you should settle for mediocrity or stop striving for improvement. Celebrating progress is about balance. It's about holding yourself to high standards while also being kind to yourself. It's about pushing for growth without letting perfectionism steal your joy. When you focus on progress, you create a mindset that values effort and perseverance over flawless results. That mindset is what will carry you through the tough times and keep you moving toward your goals. It's important to remember that progress isn't always linear. Some days you'll take giant leaps forward, and other days you might feel like you're moving backward. That's okay. What matters is that you're still in the game, still trying, still committed to becoming better. Progress is about direction, not speed. As long as you're moving toward your goals,